So this right here is my Parajet Maverick powered by a Vittorazzi Moster Factory 2018 edition. You may recognize this motor from my I've created a monster YouTube video. It's beautiful, it's sexy, it has a ton of power, it's got blue rainbow exhaust. I've absolutely enjoyed flying this motor a lot. But I've had one strange problem, and that is exhaust clamps breaking. So this is the number of exhaust clamps I've broken on this motor in the past couple months. This is over $100 worth of exhaust clamps. Not to worry though, this problem, whatever it is not a problem that is affecting anyone else. This engine is very special. There's a very small number of these engines actually in existence, and the way this exhaust mounts is completely different than the way the standard Moster exhaust mounts. I reached out to Vittorazzi and asked them what they thought about this issue, and they already had a solution. The newer versions of this engine, the Factory R, use a carbon fiber exhaust clamp rather than a stainless steel one. So they graciously offered to send me one. Carbon fiber versus stainless steel, much thicker, much more pliable, should completely fix this issue. So thumbs up, thanks Vittorazzi. So why I wanted to make this video was basically a reminder of safety. Every time one of the exhaust brackets broke, it only broke on one side. I noticed in a pre-flight or a post-flight, fixed the problem, changed something, and tried again. Damn. I put a fresh bracket on, it's already cracked.
Holy smokes. Wait, really?
That was up until both sides of one of these brackets broke, fell off the engine, went through the propeller. It could have been a catastrophic result. But I want to share the footage with you guys as a reminder, just of safety, to make good decisions, that anything can happen with your engine at any point in time, to be cognizant of that, but also have fun at the same time, because that's super important, and that is basically the slogan of Risky Biscuits Co. Taking calculated risks in pursuit of maximum enjoyment. If you guys enjoy this channel, first thing you can do completely free is drop a like on this video, subscribe so you don't miss the future episodes. And two, if you really want to support the channel and support my exhaust bracket fund, which I hopefully won't need once I get this new one, check out tuckergott.com, linked in the description, for all of our Risky Biscuits Co-related merch. We've got shirts like this one, hats like this one, and launching in this video, we actually have these brand new key tags. Fly low, don't die on one side, Risky Biscuits Co on the other. Black hardware, green trim, super premium. Check them out on the web store. They're dropping on this video right now. I appreciate all your guys' support that keeps these videos rolling. Let's get to the in-flight footage of my exhaust bracket going through the propeller. So this flight took place a couple weeks ago when the wildfires from out west were actually blowing smoke all the way across the US and making it super hazy here in New Jersey. It was just Dan and I on this flight. I threw a quick wingtip drag on the way out. The plan for this flight was to take off and fly to one of the local reservoirs, but my idea of flying around the whole reservoir was kind of cut short when the exhaust bracket situation happened. So I arrived at the reservoir first, and I was just kind of killing time waiting for Dan to catch up. So the thing about flying over water is it's dangerous, because if you go into it, you could possibly drown. In this situation, I was not wearing flotation, so I was being very hesitant about where I flew. I did a water foot drag, but the water I was foot dragging was very shallow. Yes, there is still some risk if I ended up in the water, but I was accepting of that risk given that I could basically just stand up in the water. I do one water foot drag pass, I kill a little more time flying over the street and doing some circles, and then I decide to go back in for another water foot drag, and that's when tragedy strikes.
Was that?
So I was obviously very confused as to what happened. I didn't know initially what had fallen off my engine. I was trying to look behind me. I didn't see anything wrong. Everything still felt fine. The propeller didn't feel out of balance, which was a huge bonus. I still had power, but my first move was to just get some altitude and stay over this street, which in this case, the street is actually closed. There was one construction worker, but that was my possible landing site if anything got worse. So I immediately gained altitude to assess the situation and just orbited over this street.
What was that?
I still couldn't figure out what had happened, so I devised a plan. There's a park not too far away, and I figured I'd land at that park and assess the damage. Luckily, she stayed together, and on the way over, I actually realized what had happened. I turned my head around far enough and realized that my exhaust bracket was completely gone.
What was that? Oh, my fucking exhaust bracket. That's wonderful. That could have been bad.
I texted Dan, told him the plan, that I was diverting and going to this park, and I came in for a landing.
Well, I thought I fixed that problem. I mean, I'm still flying. I'm just curious to see how much damage is done to my prop. So I'm gonna land at this park, check it out, and then we'll probably continue home. Motor off. We'll save on some gas. It's coming hot. Emergency landing! Well, I can't believe my propeller ate an entire exhaust bracket and didn't explode.
Oh, let's take a look and see what we got. No exhaust bracket. Substantial damage to that blade. A little damage to that blade. And more damage to that blade. Hooray! Oh yeah. Oil leakage already because those rivets are probably working overtime. It's not horrible. But
Vibrating?
not really.
That's good.
I was just foot dragging the water and then I was climbing out and I was just like,
Oh my gosh, the freaking worst place for it to happen.
yeah, the whole thing.
So what do you want to do? Just send it?
I think so. I'll just fly home. I think it's still structurally sound.
Yeah, I think so. Have you had it full RPM since the incident?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably okay. Dude, look at the sun though.
I know. Did you see it reflecting like off the reservoir out there?
Yeah, it was so cool.
It's crazy. So after assessing the damage, I knew my exhaust bracket was completely gone, and I knew that my propeller had very minor damage. Minor enough that I felt confident still flying it, and I knew that the silencer should stay put for the rest of the flight home. However, I was gonna treat it as if it could fall off at any moment. So I took the return flight nice and high, had plenty of landing options the whole way, and milked it all the way back home. So I guess the overall conclusions to take from this is that anything can happen at any time. Weird things that you don't expect on your engine. I will also say, obviously you can fly a paramotor in a way that is always as safe as possible. But at some point you have to introduce a little bit of risk to have some more fun. It's all about that balance. Adding a little bit of risk, having a lot more fun. Hopefully never adding a lot more risk and not having much more fun. I just want to encourage people to find what balance works for them. Some people don't want to take any risk at all. Others enjoy taking a lot of risk. It's a personal decision, and hopefully you find a balance that keeps you safe, but also allows you to have a ton of fun, aka the motto of Risky Biscuits. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Till the next one, fly safe, have fun. Peace.